Hey there, it's Quinn with PTSD while black. I have a lot to check in on, but I'm going to start with this meditation that I did from today. Because my energy had been mixed up with the school shooting in Nashville because Tennessee is my home state. And I kept, just really feeling what is really going on here, what's really happening in the world. And I thought to ask my ancestors, what would you have me learn or know? And so for the card reading that I did today, was the ancestor that showed up is for living out loud and expressing myself, um, and it may not look like the expression that everybody else would have. That was the theme of this reading, that the way that I do things may not be the way that other people do them, but it works for me. So, I thought that was really helpful. But, like, one of the things is where, um sorry, I just have to grab my notes real fast. When asking my ancestors what do they need from me, and it was basically stop going to the ocean asking for a thimbleful of water, and knowing that there is so much more joy, capacity, promise, resources, interest, energy than what is put on. And what I'm understanding from this reading is to think that for the issue of white supremacy and the issues of, the drag bans in Tennessee. These things are things that are set with limiting beliefs, fears of one group of people, and they believe that there are only so many resources available for them. Therefore, they need to separate anyone that seems different from them. And that's a scarcity mentality, and the way that they get their worth is from the attention that they get from the fear that is drummed up or from taking from other communities. And so this reminder for this ancestor card that is there's so much more in the world to know about what my ancestors need me to know. There's so much more in the world than the limiting views of people who are afraid. And for me to be aware of the patterns of how I tend to get stuck in this is in the awakenings and the aha and the information and the awareness, but not allowing my tears to flow and to feel my feelings. So it was like this way of going through and expressing what I needed because I'm blocked in allowing a new reality to come forward through me. Um and the way to evolve is to shine and to express as I do. Um, and my ancestors most needed me to know that there is infinite joy and beauty in the world. It was an oracle reading I did. And what's so funny is like when I went to bed last night, I was still thinking about what had happened and how can I contribute back to the community. And I was like, maybe I want to do a live balloon twisting where people can just have a chance to think about something else other than the shit that's going on in the world for a moment to just let's connect with some joy. I have some old balloons that I need to use up anyway, and maybe let's create some characters together or something of that nature. Because in a way, with the lives of children being lost, is there something that I can give to my community that is not fear? So I was thinking about that, like possibly going live tomorrow or Thursday at some point. I know I have a window of time between Thursday from like maybe 4 o'clock. Um, no, I don't. Yeah, I do. 3 to 4 Pacific. That would be 5 to 6 Central. Um, that I could do a live. And then maybe do something over the weekend. We're celebrating my husband's birthday this week, so trying to work around that schedule, but, just a way of contributing joy, and there's this card of living out loud tends to show up when my ancestors want me to do that thing that is joy-filled. It's like the symbol of me being a children's entertainer because it's this, party goddess, basically. That's what the card represents, and so I'm just kind of accepting that there is a need for this joy that I can bring to the earth, that's more than the limiting fears that other people may be stuck in or people want us to be stuck in, period. And I've chosen to be stuck in it with my PTSD and being stuck in the same loop. So I was just thinking of that as something that I can contribute to give us all something else to do. When COVID first started to happen, I would wear balloon animals on my head when I went to the grocery store just to make kids laugh, and the cashiers laugh. So in this case, I could just do some live twisting for distance community, and 'cause God, my heart hurts right now thinking about what's happening, and nobody may show up. I may be twisting live just to fill my own heart. I really don't use my balloon twisting YouTube page for anything other than holding my, like, little ads. I haven't been building that, but, so I think I'll start here doing a live and then moving over to my, twisting YouTube channel, which is, Quinn's Twisted Artwork. Quinn's Twisted Artwork. On my website, it's, qtartwork.com. Yeah, so that's something that I can do. Um, just the other thing from today, we went to my brain injury support group, which is why I'm wearing my warrior shirt, brain injury warrior. Um, and it's kind of like a monthly gathering of what I like to call rejected angels. We've had near death experiences or experiences that have really limited all of our lives. And we just get to sit in a room together. We share what happened, what caused our injuries, and then what we've learned since then and what's going on in our lives today. And I was just so happy for this young man in the group who had his injury was something related to a diabetic issue where he passed out and hit his head. And he's lost pretty much the last 10 years of his life. And he didn't talk much last month when he was there. And this month he could talk just a little bit. His mom had to talk for him quite a bit. But he opened up when he started talking about playing video games. That, he's bored with life right now because he can't remember things or think of the next thing to do, and he forgets things a lot, and that's we've all been on that journey as survivors of brain injuries. Um, but it was just good, and he's only a little less than 2 years out. No, 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 2 years. He's 2 years out from his injury, and, it feels like it's a slow process for him. And I know what that feels like. I'm 6 years out from my injury, and it feels like it's been a very slow process. And it's different for all of us depending on if we got the treatment that we needed. But I just loved watching him come alive when he talked about playing video games. He's like, "Yeah, I play wrestling." And I'm like, "Hey, that's what happened with me with my first injury. I used to do, like, strategy and adventure games, but I had a hard time. So we would play, Borderlands, which is it's an adventure game. My husband would play with me, and I would always be the berserker, just the person going out and, um fighting people with my fists and shooting things up because 'cause I'm just button mashing, and that's all I could do, but it was fun, and it was a relief from the severe, limiting pain of a traumatic brain injury. So I'm glad that he lit up with that, and I just told him there's hope. There's hope beyond our, brain injuries. I said, "Now I'm playing Assassin's Creed, and I'm learning to sneak up on people." I'm a horrible fighter, by the way, but I'm getting better at solving puzzles, and I get to accept that there's some joy, in my life today. And that was the card really at the end of this, was the big understanding. What my ancestors needed me to know is that there is joy in this life. There is joy in this world. To be present and open for that joy. So, though we have a lot of traumatic things, chaos, and yes, we're still dealing with the gang stalking over here. Had somebody put something really offensive on my balloon page, on my business website saying, "Would you blank me when I got home from work?" And I'm just like, "What the what?" They're still harassing me. And so I just accept that that's what these idiots are doing, but there's still joy beyond that. And even if they want to diminish my ability to earn, I don't have much in my bank account, and that's okay. I'll do what I can. We know the bills are paid, so that's what matters. um, but I'm still going to be a balloon artist. I'm still going to be an entertainer. I'm still going to bring joy to my community. And it's a calling that is on my life, and it doesn't look like everybody else's, and that's fine. That's fine. If my journey doesn't look like everyone else's, it is for me. And so I'm going to unapologetically live out loud. I'm going to unapologetically live a life knowing that there is more than the limitations that people who choose to live in fear, jealousy, and lack are going to place on others. So, yeah, that's what I'm doing with myself. And that was the channeled message for today. And I hope this brings some joy to someone. And I'll be twisting up some balloons. You know what? I can do it earlier in the day on Wednesday. That's tomorrow's Wednesday. Well, let's do a 2 to 4 PM window. 2 to 4 PM Pacific is, um, 4 to 6 PM Central, 5 to 7 PM Eastern. Let's just make that a thing. Join me right here in this space, tomorrow, and I will twist some balloons live. You get to tell me what to twist. We'll try to figure it out. If I can't make it, oh well. Let's have fun, and let's have some other experience other than this pain. Yeah. Till next time.